साथियों, 5G को लेकर भारत के प्रयासों का एक और संदेश है, नया भारत.
There is no doubt this will be the cheapest 5G market. One thing that India has that's pretty fantastic is you have a great digital network.
Because today technology is very much at the heart of geopolitics. You could of course argue that it was always so. It was always so because, whether it was nuclear or whether it was space or the internet or artificial intelligence, it's actually, if you look at the quantum jumps in history, the quantum jumps in history parallel with some time lag quantum jumps in technology.
It is a foundational technology that unlocks the full potential of other 21st century technologies like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, robotics, blockchain, and Metaverse.
Five G services have begun to roll out across various cities all over India. But mind you, there is more to 5G than just insanely high internet speeds. And before we touch down on topics such as how 5G can revolutionize the existing technologies of the 21st century, such as AI, IoT, robotics, Metaverse, and blockchain, we must first try to understand what are the basics of 5G technology. 5G, as you must have guessed it, stands for the fifth generation of Internet. There have been several generations of Internet, starting from 1G. 1G was phones attached with antennas which were used to make calls only. And from this, we progressed to the second generation, wherein we got the facility of sending SMS messages or MMS messages. What are these? Short message service or multimedia message service in addition to phone calls. In the third generation, the phones were connected to internet so that you could access services such as Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, etc.
अबे जल्दी बोल, कल सुबह पनवेल निकलना है.
In the fourth generation of internet, you had the lag-free experience of seeing videos on YouTube or attending video conferences and video streaming. This was in addition to what you got in the third generation. After which, as we progressed, we felt the need for connecting more devices such as autonomous vehicles, smart home devices, and all these apart from our smartphones, televisions, computers, etc. So, to have the capacity to include a huge number of IoT devices, we required an internet which was more bigger than 4G, and that internet was the fifth generation or 5G. To understand the working of 5G, we need to first understand what are the basics of electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum is a range of frequency of electromagnetic radiations and the respective wavelength. What is frequency, you might ask? Frequency, in short, is the number of waves per second. For example, 10 Hz would mean 10 waves per second. We can find application across various segments of this spectrum. The telecommunication waves, which are used for calling, texting, internet, etc., can be found between radio waves and microwaves, between which we find 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G services. 5G uses a wide range of frequencies starting from the lower ends, which is used for things like television, Wi-Fi, etc., straight up to what is known as the millimeter wave, which are high frequency waves that are used for devices such as radar guns or security screening at airports. This makes 5G capable of carrying huge amounts of data at a very high speed, which allows us to download huge files such as movies in seconds. But with higher frequency comes the disadvantage of lesser range, which brings us to the limitations of 5G. Higher frequency in Wi-Fi would mean lesser range covered by it, which is also the reason why 5 GHz Wi-Fi may give you faster downloads and a faster internet, but it travels less in comparison to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi in your home. The second disadvantage is that for 5G to work properly, it needs to be in the line of sight with the towers, and the range of the Wi-Fi falls with obstructions such as buildings, trees, or bad weather. The third reason could be simplified as for more power, you would require more tower. Over the past few years, we have seen India massively grow in the digital sector. By harnessing powers of things like Aadhaar and the internet, we have seen groundbreaking work in the fields of technology. For example, UPI payments that was released in India recently. From small vendors in the market to the large players, everyone has started accepting UPI as payments, making it very fast, easy, and secure to carry out transactions, transferring money directly into the accounts of these vendors.
मैं गूगल पे करूंगी।
ओह मेरे पास तो सिर्फ यही है।
यही है। तू मुंह चला छोटे, गूगल पे सब जगह चलता है।
Our second example is that of DigiLocker.
ये है आम जिंदगी, ये है मेंटोस जिंदगी।
An online service of storing documents in a digital form. You can store and access data over the internet. This platform is provided by the government of India, and thus it is fast and secure and is also officially accepted in public places such as airport or by officials such as the traffic police. Let us take one last example of the Arogya Setu app. Through this app, users could download and check their COVID vaccination status. They could also download the COVID vaccination certificate from the application. Apart from this, it provided the facility to track the health status in order to make sure that an individual has not come in contact with a COVID positive person using Bluetooth technology.
Government of India uses your information only for administering necessary medical interventions. Your data is not going to be used for any other purpose.
Let us now try to understand the significant impact that 5G technology can have on other emerging technologies of the 21st century. For example, artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, we can impact and improve the performance of AI applications significantly by making use of the faster speeds and lower latency of 5G technology. AI applications require processing of data in real time, and these data are in a huge amount. For example, in autonomous vehicles, we require to process the information of the surrounding in real time in order for the vehicle to take informed decisions. And therefore, when these data are processed with the speeds of 5G technology, then they will not only be able to process this data faster and take the required action, but also vehicles will be able to communicate with each other in order to avoid and prevent any accidents that could take place on the road. Artificial intelligence also finds its applications in the military. For example, artificially intelligent robots, which are used to assist the soldiers on ground, can be programmed in such a way that using 5G technology, they are able to use these faster speeds to synchronize with other robots in such a way that they perform their task more efficiently. Another example of this would be artificially intelligent drones, which are designed to assist the human fighter pilots in such a way that not only they accompany them, but can also act as a barrier in order to protect the life of the human pilots.
In war games and dogfight simulations, AI pilots are already starting to score significant victories over their human counterparts.
When it comes to Internet of Things, then 5G can enable a massive number of devices to connect and communicate with each other simultaneously. These devices can find its potential use in use cases such as creating of smart home devices, connecting it to the network in such a way that it makes the life easy for humans. Another potential use case of 5G in IoT is when it comes to agriculture. IoT can be used to automate agricultural practices to make farming comparatively easier and increase the yield of crops. 5G technology in combination with Internet of Things can also be used in the healthcare sector. In examples such as patients consulting the doctors over video conferencing or performing remote surgeries using Internet of Things devices. And apart from this, we have also seen news of gadgets like smartphones or Apple Watches saving the life of individuals in time by reporting a crash or an accident to emergency helpline numbers. Coming to our third benefit, which is in the field of robotics. 5G impacts the field of robotics by making sure that the devices that are connected in robotics field communicate with each other in such a way that they perform their tasks efficiently. An excellent example of this scenario would be in industrial use, wherein robots save thousands of human hours. The fourth application is when it comes to blockchain technology. 5G, with the help of blockchain technology, can be used to replace traditional databases which are centralized in nature and make it decentralized, making it more secure to store data over the internet and access it at a much faster rate, making it difficult for unauthorized users to modify that data. Lastly, 5G technology is used to implement the concept of metaverse, which is basically a concept of creating a virtual world that mirrors our own. The uses of this technology is not just limited to virtual reality, gaming, and virtual meetings, but it is much more.
The heat is unbelievable.
From firefighting and filmmaking,
we're going to see people spending more time in immersive experiences,
to manufacturing and medicine.
Using augmented reality is an opportunity for us to do things better.
A whole new world is emerging, and with it, multi-trillion-dollar opportunities.
The potentials of these technologies are so massive that we can make a dedicated video on each of them. But the motive of this video was to make you realize that how, if we take the steps in the right direction, we can achieve being the digital leader of the world as a nation. So until next time, do subscribe to the channel if you're new, like and comment and let me know how you found this video. See you next time.